The Crofting Commission are encouraging crofters to think about the succession of their crofts, and there are some important things to consider. Let's hear all about it from solicitor David Finlay.
I'm David Finlay and I'm a solicitor with the Crofting Commission. So succession planning for crofters is really important. It involves a number of things. One of them is to think about what you do in your lifetime. So that could be considering whether to transfer a croft if you're in a position where you can no longer work it, or you can decide to deal with succession in your will. And then once you die, the croft tenancy will be transferred as per your will. So there are two basic kinds of transfer. The first one is a lifetime transfer. So that's where you decide to transfer the tenancy whilst you're still alive. Perhaps you've decided that you can no longer work the croft, perhaps you've had to move away from the crofting community, and you decide that it is time to transfer the croft to somebody else. The process is the same whether you're transferring to a family member or whether you're transferring to a third party. It could be a member of the crofting community, it could be somebody else. One of the main differences to think about if you're doing a lifetime transfer is whether you're going to market the tenancy for sale and then agree a sale subject to the Crofting Commission giving its consent to the transfer. And for some crofters, they may wish simply to retain the tenancy and set out in the will who they would like to succeed to the croft tenancy. It's then a matter for the executors to carry out those instructions and transfer the tenancy to any beneficiaries. Also underlines the importance of drawing up a will. The will should be drawn up by somebody who has experience in dealing with crofting issues and crofting interests. It's really important that a will identifies all of the crofting interests that you have and sets out very clearly what's going to happen to any croft tenancies, any grazing shares. If you have purchased your croft, it's also important to remember that usually the grazing share is not included in the purchase. It's important, therefore, that you deal separately with the grazing share in your will so that those who deal with your estate after death will be your executors, so that they have clear instructions as to how these interests should be dealt with. If you don't make any provision for succession in terms of a will, what can happen is that your estate can fall into intestacy. Problems also with intestacy is that sometimes it's happened that no executor has been appointed because you have not thought about who might be an executor. So if you pass away without a will, and if you've got crofting interests, and if there's no provision for the appointment of an executor, there is a danger, potentially, that the croft tenancy could be lost. So many crofters are very passionate about their crofts and want to make provision for the future and to ensure that their crofts are properly looked after. The best way to do that is to think now about how you're going to ensure a smooth succession to your croft. That could be by drawing up a will that deals properly with the croft, or it could be by deciding that now is the time to transfer the croft to someone of your choosing.
To find out more about croft succession, please visit our website www.crofting.gov.scot/succession.